AITAH for wanting to break a non-child promise agreement with my wife, because my sister took her own life and is survived by her 2 children, my niece, 5, and my nephew, 8. TW self-harm. Update: I have not ready everything, but here is an update. Been a long day, many phone calls were made. I spoke with a divorce attorney. The process is rather painless if we both wish to do it amicably. If my wife does want to contest it, the attorney reassured me chances of her getting anything extra is rather slim since we have no children, and she has no viable claim to wish for more. I saw many posts and DMs regarding LAT, I have read up on it and it seems like an interesting compromise, and I will bring it up with my wife as an option if she is willing. I did leave a message with my niece and nephew old case social worker to see what the process would look like going forward. My mom did speak with my nephew today, to see how they would feel if it was just us. Oddly enough, he always assumed it would be us that would be doing the care. My wife has not really been an active part in the care, she is present but not present, if that makes sense. Kids are far more self-aware than I gave them credit for. Either way, I will explain to them that I misspoke and my wife may not be a part of the equation, but they have nothing to do with it, because they don't. I know many disagree with my stance that no one is to blame for this, life just happens. I will not fault my wife for leaving if that is what happens, and I will not resent her choice. As my dad used to say, life is largely boils down to tyranny of chance. Like I expressed to my wife since I did speak with her, I am not upset, but I understand if she is upset. I get it sucks. We have been walking this path together for many years, and we conquered many hurdles together, and have formed many wonderful memories together. I tried to explain that this is not something I expected or even wanted to happen, but in the end it did happen and I am at a crossroad. My wife is still very upset and raw. She does feel hurt by what I am doing because she feels like she is the horrible person in this situation. I expressed she is not, she is doing what she feels is best for herself, and that is 100% okay. I told her I will go along with whatever she wants to do, and I will always be around to help and support her if need be. I do love my wife, and I cannot help but laugh at the people that ask if I even loved my wife. Of course I love my wife, but that does not mean I do not love my family either. Also cannot help but laugh at those that have made claims that my niece and nephew are not immediate family. They are the children of my sister. How is that not immediate? Maybe an argument can be made if these were my cousins or something, but come on, family is family. I will still have a support system. My mother is not looking to check out of being a grandmother, she just does not want to be a mother. That is 100% understandable. Thankfully my mother is in good health, has no pre-existing health conditions or anything like that. I want her to enjoy being a grandmother and not a full-time caregiver. I want to give my mom that freedom. If she wants to go on vacation or hang out with her friends, she can do so without worrying about what to do with the kids. Sorry for the ranting. Yes, the children do get survivor benefits. No, my sister did not have will. Yes, did she have a life insurance policy? Since I have been able to cover the cost of care for the kids, we have not touched it. Yes, I have been the one supporting them this entire time. My mother and I agreed we would not touch the life insurance policy our sister left for her kids. We put it away for college. Same with the survivor benefits. We put the money each month into her account solely for them, so when they hit 18 they will have a little nest egg, or they can use the money for what they want within reason. We are not going to let them blow their money on whatever they darn well please before they hit 18. I do not know if I am ready to be a father, and sure I am worried about what the future holds, but just like any other parent I guess I just have to figure it out as happens, and make it work. Unfortunately, my focus has shifted. These kids need me far more than my wife does. I want to keep them together with their family. I understand options do exist like private adoption, temporary foster care. Prior to the death of their mother, their own fathers barely paid them any mind. Their grandparents on the other side of the family barely engaged with them before my sister's death. They have already dealt with enough people not putting them first. It is time someone made them the center of attention, and that is what I plan to do. Think how much it would suck if I just gave up the kids, removing that one another connection to their mother because I could not bother to make it work. That is super fucked. So no, those are not options even being put on the table. End of story. Thanks for all the replies and ideas. The LAT does seem like one that could possibly work. I just want to make sure my wife does not feel obligated to help. That is not what I want. Clarification 2. I know I said I was going to bed, but I got caught up reading the replies. I just want to say please do not think my wife is being unreasonable if she does make the choice to leave. I do not hold anything against her. This is not something she signed up for, and I have no intention to strong-arm her or make her feel guilty if she does choose to leave. I do not think she is a bad person for wanting to have the life she wants, and I know she is hurting just as I am. I do hope things work out, but I will echo what others have said and what I know deep down it probably will not. I will be sure to make it clear that my niece and nephew are not at fault. I know I screwed up with the word choice when I asked them. She is not a bad person, she is a human being with her own wants and desires. If divorce is what she wants, as I have said many times, I would not object and will not fight. My goal would be to have a peaceful and civil divorce. Anyways, it is nearly 5 a.m, I have work in the morning. Thank for all advice, criticism, words of wisdom, and well wishes. This is a hard topic to talk about with people that know you. It feels like everyone tries handling you with kid gloves, and I just needed to talk here from people that know nothing about me, and generally not afraid to tell people what they really feel. I do appreciate it. Clarification: the reason I spoke with the children first because deep down I knew I was going to do this if they were on board, and I also knew my wife would not be on board. It was a poor choice of words to include her when I did bring it up, which is on me. I do not resent my wife, and I fully support her choice to leave. If that is what she wants, I will not do anything that would make her feel as if she has to stay. I can see where this makes me the asshole because yes, I was not thinking about my wife when I asked the kids, I was thinking solely about them. Thinking back, I already knew my answer, and I knew hers. That is probably why I did not bring it up with her, and a part of me was also afraid that if I spoke with my wife first she would be able to talk me out of it. I do love my wife, and I do want to spend the rest of my life with her, but I do know I think a part of me would also die and change who I am if I let my mother burn out or let them go into foster care. It is late, so I apologize. I have not had the time to read all the replies. I just saw this pop up a few times, so wanted to add some clarification. I fully can see where I messed up by not asking her first, but I did have my reasons to do it the way I did. Throwaway account: this is a heavy topic and I need to share this with people that do not know me. My sister took her own life last year, leaving her 2 children behind. Our mother took them in, but she is 74, our mother had children later in life. My mom cannot keep up with the demands of raising another set of kids at her age. She has been toying with the idea of foster care, but she does not want to go down that route, but she is also out of options. Each child has a different father, and each of them ghosted. The family on each of the father's side just offer empty platitudes and no real assistance. My wife and I are in our mid-30s. We are not well off by any stretch, but we do live comfortably and have relatively speaking well-paying careers. Issue is each of us has no desire to have children, and even now I really do not, but I also understand life throws curveballs and this is one of those times. My mother is well past her breaking point, and I do what I can. I help with homework, I take them for weekends to give my mom a break, but it really is too much for her. She is meant to enjoy her twilight years, not be raising more kids. In passing last weekend when we went to a skate park, I asked them if they would be open to moving in with us, my wife and I. Each said yes, they would love to. I brought this up with my wife to see how she would feel, and she is 100% against the idea. She does feel for them, and my mother, but she has always been vehemently against having children. She even had tubal ligation surgery, and I do have a vasectomy. I do understand her position, and yes, I am not 100% thrilled with the idea, but on the other hand they have gone through enough and I do love each of them dearly. It would break my heart to see them go through foster care. They have already gone through enough at such an early age. I also know my mother, as mentioned, cannot keep doing this. I told my wife I am strongly considering it, and if it is a deal breaker I understand. She is extremely upset, because our marriage is great, we have been together since university, we went through all of our firsts together, and I love her to pieces. I just don't know how to explain it, but something is drawing me to this choice, telling me this is something I should do. I am not a religious person by any stretch, but the idea of taking them in feels right, and I do feel something has been drawing me to do so. I understand parenting is going to be beyond difficult, and I understand this is not something I can just quit if it gets too hard. I also understand that the children also need structure in their lives. My mom cannot provide that, she is exhausted. My wife has not really spoken to me after she kind of let me have it, because as she has stated, she loves me and she wants to spend the rest of her life with me, as do I. Just she has no desire to be a parent or a mother figure. I understand and respect her wishes, but as I told her, I feel this is something I really need to do. Guess the question boils down, am I the asshole for wanting to make such a pivot in my life that would completely alter my life and my wife's life forever? My wife is 33, and I am 34.